Welcome to a Yakuza 0 100% trophy guide video. In this video we're going to talk about getting the fantasy zone 100,000 points. So this is actually quite tricky as far as mini games go, but start off with you unlock fantasy zone by doing Space Harrier. So you'll have to befriend either Luca or the other one, and basically they're in Club Sega, and once you befriend you get their status to the highest level by playing Space Harrier and getting a decent score. I think you have to get 3 million on Space Harrier, and she'll unlock it for you at the end. That's like the last challenge you have to do. Or maybe you beat 2 million or something like that. But you need a certain amount of points anyway for the completion list on that. But then she'll come along and say, "Oh, okay, I've installed this new game for you. It's called Fantasy Zone." So for this, essentially what you want to do is, you can see at the bottom of the screen there's like different squares. Those squares correlate to where you are on the map, and you're basically aiming to clear out the purpley things as quick as possible. That unlocks the boss, and in this case it's yellow things now. It changes on every level. And you want to just keep constantly shooting, basically. Constantly shoot. You can unlock the jetpack, which gives you faster movement, which is kind of useful. You can spend your gold on whatever you want. So the jet engine's useful. Beams, generally useful. As long as you hack through these as quickly as possible, pick up as much money as you can on the way around, you're going to have a good time. You have to get through about, 4 stages, maybe 5 stages, can't really remember how many, to get the 100,000 points, but it gets a bit dicey later on, to say the least, and there's a lot of things on the screen. It's, quite a bit of a worry. You can get lucky with shop drops, really, it's quite useful, but for the bosses you want like wide beams, you want other stuff that you can afford. I only ever went for wide beams and the other laser beam. So the bosses can be quite tricky. The first one you're aiming for the centre of him. For this one as well, you're aiming in the centre. This is quite hard once you've got the jet engine, but essentially you want to dodge in the middle as many of those falling lava bits as you can, and whilst constantly shooting him. So this is why the speed helps and the laser beams help, because you're doing it really quick. The quicker you get through these bits, it's the easier it is, basically. Always buy extra ships when you can with your money, because you're going to need those lives if it all goes wrong, and trust me, it can go wrong very quickly in this minigame. But yeah, this is one of I would say, the harder minigames by a long stretch. But if you can just get through all 10 of these stupid things to unlock the boss as quickly as possible, don't bother fighting the jobber enemies, it's not worth it at all. If you get lucky like I have been in this one particularly, get the wide beam as much as possible. And bombs as well can be really useful, but obviously with bosses you have to get really close to use them, and it's kind of a worry. But yeah, it's, as you can see, the screen's getting more hectic, it feels a bit more chaotic, to say the least. Well, you're up to 50,000 now, we're on the third boss. This boss is kind of annoying because he moves up and down, he fires laser beams in an order, so you want to do as much damage as physically possible to as many of those lasers as you can. The path starts getting a bit more dangerous and quicker later on, so be very careful here. And if he starts going to right to the bottom of the screen, you want to worry and get out of the way. But yeah, it's a tricky one. You will die here. It's it's trial and error, basically. You'll get used to it. But as you can see, you pop in the outer edges first, and that way you can't come down far enough onto you where you have to worry about it. But yeah, don't linger too long, and remember that he comes down and then he comes up, and his pattern gets faster and faster, so just be very, very careful. There you go. In and out. There you go. Perfect. 75,000 points. On to the next one. So you get to one more boss and you've probably done it, I would say. But yeah, wide laser beams, always good. The drill enemies here are a bit annoying. lot of enemies shooting at you. Get that shop if you can. It's so like tense when you're playing. It's just really, really tense. But if you can keep your speed as well for as long as possible, that's a good thing to do. And just keep an eye out on where people are shooting. Just make sure you don't die. Basically, it's tricky. It's tricky, very, very tricky. But you'll get it. Like it's just trial and error. Everything in these games is just trial and error. Watch out for that collaborative attack there. That was brutal. So we're at 87,000 points now. This one fires like 2 weird snakes at you, and you're meant to just like destroy them. Keep an eye, because it's quite distracting, as you can just see there. The snake arms are actually firing stuff at you. So like, don't look at the snake arms, look at the bullets that are coming at you, which I wasn't doing, as you can see in these 2 deaths. So that is my advice to you on that. Look at what bullets are coming at you rather than the snake arms, and then you'll be fine, hopefully. Ideally, you'd have more weapons and stuff to use if you wanted. But yeah, you can keep it in the center. It's not that tricky, this one. You just have to dodge better. As you can see, I've just lost 3 lives relatively quickly, and it's because I'm not paying attention. I'm paying attention to the arms rather than the bullets. Don't get yourself caught though. If you get caught out, you're screwed. Once they fire in different sections, and once they start firing like together, and they box you in and you can't go anywhere, it's a nightmare. So make use of going forward as well if needs be. That can help dodge the pattern, and eventually you'll kill him. So yeah, make sure to get as much as the gold as you can, and do not die at this point, because if you die, it's over. I think I bought another life here. Yep. A wise move, some would say. And get a wide beam, start taking things out, a jet engine as well if you can afford it. And yeah, hack away. These things give you 1,000 points each, I think. So yeah, that's it. 100,000 points, job done. And then, you know, you just kill yourself, because it's easier that way. You don't have to worry after you got that 100,000 points. You're done. GG's. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and it helped, let me know. If you need any help, comment in the comment section and I'll try my best to help you. Thank you very much for watching. Peace out. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.